I will hand you over to John Park, and good evening to Rodstad.
Evening, Emma. Evening, everyone. So who will get the final invitation to Sunday's showpiece? Will it be Luke Humphries or Jonny Clayton? It's been a very emotional week for Jonny. He's been talking over the past couple of days about his dad back home in Wales not being very well at all. We know there are more important things in life than darts. Darts is the most important of the least important things. And tonight there's a big match-play semi-final to be won. A semi-final that the market makers make a 50-50 match. Good evening to you, John. Do you see it as 50-50 or have you got an opinion?
You're suggesting I don't have an opinion. You're into the Martellian philosophy about John Park now, that I just don't have opinions. But I kind of feel like Johnny's got the upper hand here. I think with the sort of performance he had in the quarterfinal and all the big outshots going in, really, I think that you feel all-powerful up there and good. It's going to take Luke Humphries producing similar sorts of stuff to get under Johnny's skin, if you can even do such a thing.
We'll make a note of the date. Saturday, the 22nd of July, 2023. An opinion was extracted from John Park. And no doubt more will follow during this contest, which is the first of 17 legs for a place in the big final tomorrow evening, where Nathan Aspinall awaits. A three-figure outshot was on offer there. It was on the menu for Jonny Clayton, but he couldn't gobble it up. And Humphries, a 1-2-4 perhaps.
Well, before play started today, Ron, the bookies consider that whoever wins this match will win the title. And who won the first leg is Johnny on tops.
Early hold. Now in the Humphries game last night against David Heta, it was a break of throw-a-thon. There were 20 breaks of throw in that match. It was absolutely incredible. Something that the statisticians worked out was something that would happen one in every 3,000 matches.
Well, we're quite fond of spouting that averages don't matter, but it's more fun to spout, no, who throws first doesn't matter. But in that match, it really didn't.
And the early maximum on the card for Luke Humphries.
45.
Well, he really ought to level up from here. Early sparring.
A really good standard to get this match going. First leg in 13 darts, and this could be in 12. Won't be, but could also be a 13 dart hold a throw.
Double 8 it is. Double 4. He has to settle for 14 darts, but nonetheless, he squares it off after Clayton won the first leg. Humphries wins the second. Now, Clayton's played in 20 big semi-finals with a 10-10 record. Humphries just 4, but he does have a semi-final win over Michael Van Gerwen on his CV in the UK Open in 2021 before he lost the final to Wade. As Emma was mentioning earlier, Clayton has a 6-game losing streak in big TV semi-finals. The last of those Premier League, when he got absolutely shellacked against Gavin Price, 10 legs to 2 at the O2. But a real caning there.
Well, this feels like a different Johnny here, but Luke is certainly looking sharp as well. They both are tonight, and I think a lengthy format like this, and you know your opponent's quite sharp, which they both know, you're really looking to establish the hold to throw. And we do expect that pattern to go for a while. Don't expect many breaks to throw early going here, as that will be their focus, just to get deeper into the match without going behind. You have to be so wary of a high-scoring, good finishing opponent, which of course they both are. Co-favorites at 1 point.
Last night against Jonny Clayton won that match 16-12. But it was the consistent excellence throughout the match that was too much in the end for Ryan Searle, who probably played well for maybe 22 of the 28 legs. Clayton played well for all 28, basically. A bullseye!
Cheeky 80 finish, the 5 started it, and then 25 full. And that always hurts, really. If you're Jonny Clayton standing up there, that's not that you didn't expect him to finish 80, but the manner in which it's really quite a pinch.
Well, it's a break, and also it's a bit of a petard shot because Jonny Clayton on the bullseye has been absolutely mustard this week. He's thrown at the bullseye 8 times for a finish and hit it on 7 occasions. 7 bullseye finishes in the match play. A record for the week. And here he's on the wrong end of a bullseye from his opponent Luke Humphries in the 3rd leg of the match. Exchange 140s, Humphries looking at a 161. It would be a 12 darter had he taken that out, and it would have been another bullseye finish, of course.
92. Luke requires 69.
It's all Luke at this point. Double 16 for 3-1.
37. Jonny required 150.
Well, he's been canning these for fun this week, Jonny Clayton. 9 of them 3-figure out shots. Can't take it into double figures just yet.
Yeah, most of those, though, Rod, and especially last night, were all in the just from 100 to 125 range, say. Very effective in that range. Those at 155, it seemed like you can even tag a bull onto that. It is 3-1. An important leg now for Jonny to hold his throw. And a bit on his heels early going here. Unexpectedly, perhaps.
Yeah, very important, you'd have to say, because remember, Clayton threw first in this first mini session. To lose it at all would be disappointing, but to lose it 4-1 would be a real early body blow struck by Luke Humphries.
Well, that can allow Jonny just to breathe a little easier, perhaps. Looks pretty tight the way he's releasing these darts now. Finally gets a big trouble, but it didn't look too convincing. And if you're Luke Humphries standing watching that, it gives you all the confidence to do this. Second max. Luckily for Jonny, though, he's not to a finish, Humphries.
But even so, John, you'd say that there's every chance of a second break of throw here. 140 is his target to leave tops. Can he force one in? Not quite. Leaves 80. We saw him take that out in the most unorthodox manner early on in the match.
Well, he won't be trying to do it that way again.
Shouldn't think so. That actually was the break of throw in the 3rd leg, wasn't it? Can he break again with the self-same checkout in a more conventional manner? Treble 20. Single 20 for double. Tops for 4-1 Humphries in a session he threw second in.
Yeah, that second dart just got a little too high for him to comfortably just sort of rat-a-tat-tat the combination. There's no comfort here either. Double 16 does go in though. Clutch dart to end session 1 for Jonny Clayton. Avoids going down.
In the 5th leg to cut the gap to 3-2. The average is very much in Humphries' favour, and the maximums, the finishing very similar. But Humphries will be delighted with this start. Really has been a cool start for Cool Hand Luke, and it continues.
Yeah, I would have thought you know, that would have been his primary goal, would have been to come out of that first session 3-2 up. It's not getting greedy. I mean, he almost came out of it 4-1 up, but I think he'll be more than pleased with this and having the throw now. Jonny, though, he wants to get that break erased as soon as possible. You go backstage, Rod, and you do nothing but think about, what happened there? Why didn't I start well enough? He would have been worked up and adrenaline pumping, come back on the stage, and starts with the 180, and he's in full attack mode now. Luke will have a chance at 1-2-1. Jonny can lead better. Well, they might not want to, really. Signature shot, isn't it?
Very much so. Humphries can't produce what would be a petard shot, but Clayton onto the signature shot. He loves a 1-2-1 out. He loves a 1-2-1 out. He leaves double 14. Well, this might sound absolutely crazy, but I wonder if he'd be preferred to aim at the bullseye. He can hardly miss it this week. Obviously, it's a much smaller target than double 14, so I'm talking nonsense. But 7 out of 8 on the bullseye this week, Jonny Clayton. But via the treble 11, he ended up on double 14, not the ball. He's back on double 14. He's in double 14. And Jonny Clayton, with his first break of throw of this match, has levelled the match at 3 apiece. He seemed likely to go 4-1 down, John, didn't he, just before the first intermission, but he's back on level terms 2 legs later.
And he looks a different player right now than he did the first 5 legs. He kind of looked a little lost, if you will, and maybe stunned by Luke Humphries' aggressive start, charge. Certainly 100 average sort of stuff from Luke the first 5 legs, and really surprising he didn't put that leg away. Hold his throw there, missed those darts, and let Jonny through the door.
Yeah, just smashed the door down, bellowing, "Here's Jonny!" 3 each. And this length of match, 1st to 17, is a match that there will be many ebbs and flows. The kind of thing that you may call momentum, John.
Momentum swings, yes. Love them.
It's back level after the early exchanges were bossed by Humphries.
97.
And that's what the players get to see. Although, to be fair, we spend a lot of time looking at scoreboards and monitors and everything else up there.
So the 156 this week, won't take the 152. Humphries, 2 treble 20 is the target. So, Jonny Clayton,
96.
who last led in this match when it was 1-0, has his opportunity to go back in front by a solitary leg. Double 16. Very nice indeed. So in 30 darts since the resumption, Jonny Clayton has won 2 legs and leads Luke Humphries 4-3. This year is the first time he's got beyond the 2nd round of the World Matchplay.
16.
His overall record is played 8, won 3, lost 5. Humphries played 6, won 4, lost 2. This is only his 3rd appearance at the Winter Gardens.
So he's had more positive than negative, Luke, and should enjoy that stage more. But I don't think it's really the case. I think Jonny's come to enjoy it pretty much this week.
78.
Luke's first appearance was in 21, where he beat James Wade and lost to Christoph Ratajski. But this year is the first time he's put what you call a real run together, winning 3 matches on the trot against De Souza, De Van Duijvenbode and Damon Heta.
96.
You read those names and it sounds more of a marathon than a run.
Can't find it. We'll be back for double 10. Clayton is nowhere at the moment in this leg. Well, he's somewhere now if Humphries misses. Doesn't miss.
Luke Humphries, right there, Jonny the first. Game on.
4 each.
And if it continues with throw, we'll get to the second break with Jonny returning the favor that Luke paid him in the first session, getting the break. And Luke has other ideas there. That's how you win darts matches, though, Rod. Really, is you have to win legs on the trot, win 3, 4 on the trot, and a couple of times in a match, and you are in business. You really are, and I think you need to look to do that.
Well, last night, Clayton got a grip mid-match on Ryan Searle and ran 6 out of 7 legs to put his stamp on proceedings. The night before, we saw Aspinall do that against Derby, where he won 9 out of 10 mid-match to really put a vice-like grip on things. But at the moment, this is cagey stuff. Legs coming in 1s and 2s, not 4s, 5s and 6s to the same player. Tops, 2 at it from the treble. He finds it this time. Nice finish from Luke Humphries.
Now he'll be throwing to win 3 on the trot, though, Rod. And what a different way to go to the second break than I suggested before the start of this leg, this past leg.
Well, before this match started, Jonny Clayton had only lost 3 times on throw in the entire tournament. He'd started 31 legs and lost 3. But by contrast, Humphries against the throw had won 20 out of 34 at 58%. Now that's very high. The average against the throw is about 38%, and Humphries going against the throw winning 58% of legs. And so far, he's managed to get a couple of breaks early on in the piece here. Out of the 5 times Clayton started, that's decent business for Luke Humphries.
Yeah, and that one was a clean 12 dart break of throw. You know, when you're playing at the highest level and your opponent is as well, that's usually how you have to get it.
The 4th max for Cool Hand Luke.
55, Luke requirement 124.
And the max, is it followed by a 3-figure out? It won't be.
84.
With Clayton so far back, he had no necessity to go 14 segment there, which may have teed up the bullseye. He went hunting treble 8. But in any regard, he's back to tops here. And as John just said, it would be 3 lengths on the trot. And it is 3 lengths on the trot as Luke Humphries pops up on double 10. So 10 lengths are in the ledger. Humphries is the World Matchplay final here at the Winter Gardens tomorrow evening. What do you make of it, John, so far?
It's interesting. The last 3 legs, Luke has won, and Jonny hasn't had a shot at double in any of those legs. In fact, he's been further away from a double with each one of them passing. And what's glaringly obvious, it's missing from Jonny's game as compared to his last match, is the ton plus finishes. Nowhere to be seen. He did miss one on the 1-2-1, but he's going to have to probably, if he's still in the same sort of positions with Luke scoring, he's going to have to start getting some of those high finishes and change the way this match is going, or Luke's going to run away with it. Well, they certainly should get some shots for double this leg.
Something's going to have to go horribly wrong if he doesn't.
97, Jonny require 102.
But this would be a great way to open accounts on the ton plus finish, even though he doesn't need it. Just get things going the right direction, the right rhythm.
94.
He leaves double 4. There is just a possibility that things could get messy from there if he keeps coming inside.
I wasn't a big fan of that lead rod, really. Look where he was. But he gets the job done.
It's a holder throw.
59.
Back to within a single leg. It's still a match, which is very tight.
140.
And could easily seesaw with one Clayton break on the Humphries throw.
96.
We got the good start to that with the 140. He's ahead again with that dart, so needs a big treble.
60.
Really didn't take the full opportunity. Luke can settle in here.
100. 140.
After the start of the leg appearing to be in Jonny Clayton's favour, Humphries has rectified matters
45.
and is now in front and will likely get 6 at 106. Though Clayton has taken the 156 out this week.
98. Johnny require 156.
And he replicated it. Was against Vandenberg before. No.
100.
And the double four is a popular choice. It seems he's part of the match, and again the first dart in, so no problems with that target for these guys. And Clayton looking to hold again and settling into a pattern of holds. And once that starts, you don't want to be the first to blink on it, certainly, especially when you're already down the one break.
Exactly, and this is the problem, because Clayton needs a break, but he can't afford to forget the part of the equation which is to hold himself.
Yes.
100.
He's got to keep walking before he tries to start to run on the Humphries throw. And that's an extra ton for Humphries. 14 ton plus visits, 10 140s, 4 maxis for Luke, 15 10 2 in those respective categories for Jonny Clayton.
100.
Now they don't sound much different or look much different.
131. Johnny require 161. 60. Luke require 170.
Oh, it's on. It's on. Bullseye now.
45. Johnny require.
That should have gotten Johnny's adrenaline going watching that attempt.
The finish he took out against Dimitri Vandenberg. Double 12.
89. Luke require 25.
Cleanup time. Double 8.
There
is a breakup throw. This match really developing well for Luke Humphries.
Yeah, that will really put him in charge, because he's got 2 breaks ahead now, 3 breaks to 1. And as I mentioned earlier, Clayton had only been broken 3 times in the entire tournament in 31 legs. Well, he's been broken 3 times here in 7 legs. So things are going horribly wrong on his own throw here for Jonny Clayton.
82.
And if Luke can hold his throw here, guarantees won every session so far.
Yeah, that was a nice double 14 dart break. He did have the dart double 12, Jonny Clayton, didn't he? Off the back of the 3-figure combination, but they haven't gone tonight. Things have gone wrong on his own throw. The 3-figure combinations haven't worked for Jonny Clayton tonight. And to be fair, John, it's very difficult to keep checking out those big finishes over and over and over again every match. Statistically, it just doesn't happen.
96.
Every day's a new day, as it were. And the parts of your game you can keep more consistently are the scoring parts.
100.
And we've seen that out of Luke. I think where Luke's really edging Johnny are the scores under 100. I think he's getting better scores.
And even the old 1-2-1 finish isn't close to being completed. And here's another chance for Luke Humphries. 2 darts at double 12, and he lasers in on it. He can't find it, and that would have been 9-5, and real trouble for Clayton. Double 16. Clearly he can afford to miss, but if he does miss here, he's got big problems he doesn't miss. That's better, isn't it, Johnny?
That is. It's a bit of a little lucky break there, because 16 dart break of throw against Humphries the way he's playing seems unlikely, but 2 missed darts, double 12, and that cost Luke dearly.
Now, some time ago, and it seems a long time ago, Luke Humphries was on the brink of winning the first mini-session 4-1, but Clayton hung on to get it back to 3-2, and we're in a similar situation here, John, I think, because Humphries there was very close, wasn't he, to going 9-5 up, and probably feel he should have been. But Clayton now could haul him back to just 8-7 at the next break, which will be a remarkable result for Clayton, the way he was looking like getting a real toweling.
And win a session as well psychologically makes you feel better. They don't count like sets, these sessions, but you're aware of you've got the better of it or not.
57.
Well, it's on the Clayton throw, and he's got a big lead here, and if he can convert that advantage into a leg win, he'll go in for the break at 7-8 adrift. And he might almost feel in his head that he's in front. Finds the treble 19, double 12, and still the 3-figure out shot just will not go.
And this would really hurt if this one went for Luke, and it won't. Johnny's lucky to come back now. Well, he's not lucky, but he would have been very lucky had he not. And I think with 3 clear darts, double 12, Johnny's looking good to wrap this up.
Wrap it in, wrap it up. And Jonny Clayton hands up in this match. He looked like going under there midway through that third mini-session. Difficult beast to shake off. And Jonny Clayton has still got his teeth into this match. It's been a match where the standard has been high throughout, John. I think you'll agree, with legs generally 14, 15, 16 legs. There hasn't been the spectacular 11s and 12s, but it's been a standard of excellence throughout, hasn't it?
Very steady stuff, and we expect perhaps going forward some of the 12 and betters, only the one in the match, and that was from Luke, but I think that could be what makes or breaks and decides the winner here this evening. Certainly, I like the way both players have really shown that they don't like when they lose a couple legs or patch. When it isn't going their way, that both successfully turn the ship around when needed, more than once, each of them. So it's a really good battle here.
Well, they've only met in one televised darts match before. Jonny Clayton won that in 21 in the Player Championship Finals. He won 10-9 against Luke Humphries in that match. And they did meet 12 days ago in Leicester on the PDC Pro Tour when Humphries won 6-3 with an average 105 on his way to winning the tournament. I'm not sure that will have any relevance in this semi-final tonight, but I mention it en passant.
82.
The 10-9 on TV, maybe we're going to see something very close tonight and very long tonight.
Yeah, who wins the match might just depend when the match ends, because how many legs you need. This is going back and forth quite a bit.
Game shot on the 16th leg. Luke Humphries,
Saying that,
17th leg.
Humphries
Jonny to
do a good
the
job of not actually falling behind. Save for the very first leg.
So I'm saying it's going to be a game of darting musical chairs, John. Who will be in the seat when the music stops, whenever that may be?
Luke was down 4-3 as well. Since then, he's never been behind.
Certainly not behind on the maximum count. 5-2 in front, in point of fact, Luke Humphries. And 2 lengths clear again here. He won 3 legs on the trot, legs 8, 9 and 10 to go 6-4 up, Luke Humphries. Best streak of the match.
They may be wearing each other down a bit. There was an 18-dart hole to throw, equaling the highest leg in the match, which was an 18-dart hole to throw by Jonny in the 5th leg. Seems like some of the fights come out of both of them here, and stamina is an issue in a lengthy game like this.
Well, this could be a 13-darter here for Luke Humphries. It would be another break. He's going to split it now and go double 16. 14-dart breaker throw. Luke Humphries makes his move. Jonny Clayton now has problems here in this World Matchplay semi-final because Humphries is 3 clear at 10-7. And he's more than halfway to the winning line here.
But up to this point in the match, Rod, I'd suggest this is where Jonny's always been pretty good at starting it going back the other way and finding a way to break somehow. His first start was treble 20, and his third one was, so he does have hope in this leg of getting that right back. This truly is a battle, and Luke won't be happy with that visit. The ferret fangs are out in this leg, right?
Well, we also know, John, based on what we saw in the last round, Luke Humphries looked in complete control against Damon Hector, didn't he? But then had the late match wobble, and the Australian threatened to run him down. Humphries hung on.
Oh, this could be a great rescue. Not quite enough. Jonny needs to open his account in this category.
Going tops, going tops, and hitting tops. My word, that's a way to get your first top-class finish of the semi-final with a spectacular double outshot. Jonny Clayton back in business, trims Humphries' lead to 2 legs.
Yeah, this first 12-dart leg of the match. Nice open as well. This is just a battle run.
Yeah, it's got all the makings of a real grueler, this. Who can outlast who in this match? Yes, Jonny, a 3rd maximum. He's come on strong here in this 4th block of 5 legs.
96.
Well, Jonny threatening back-to-back 12 or betters.
Plenty of chance here, John. 84 left after 9 darts thrown. Wrong treble. Wrong big number.
52.
Yeah, right place to be, on a double with your opponent not on a finish.
So we're still going at 13 darts here, the ferret. And he ferrets out the finish. 13-dart leg for Jonny Clayton. So in 25 darts, he trims Humphries lead from 10-7 to a single leg at 10-9. And can he go on with it? Can he level up the match at 10 apiece?
Yeah.
Well, this match has taken a turn.
100.
This match has consisted entirely of turns.
It has. It's been like going one way, then the other. Who can navigate their way to the end of this 20th leg? It looks like it might be Jonny Clayton. He misses out on the max, and Humphries has a chance. 100 is his target now to leave tops. He wants one between the two darts he's thrown.
If Jonny can win this leg, take out this 1-3-6 or get it further than that, it'll be the second time he's won 3 on the trot, which Luke Humphries has won 3 on the trot twice in this match as well. But Luke has a chance to stop that from happening. We'll get one dart at tops. Well, it's double 10. And superb, and a celebration befitting it. Luke Humphries knew the significance there. He maintains his edge in the match, and he's 6 legs away from the line, but still
measured. He's making the darts going that little bit more firmer. It's making him finish his throw better. Whilst it's not kind of 103, 104 average, it's a good performance from both players. But Luke looks that little bit more assured to me.
He doesn't look flat tonight, does he?
No, he doesn't look flat at all. He doesn't look phased. He looks kind of ready for a battle. And when we're looking at the stats there, Jonny is 64% on the doubles, and he's trailing. I didn't envisage that for a start, because Luke Humphries is limiting his chances, and that's what you've got to do.
Well, that's it. I mean, Luke has had 25 darts at a double, whereas Jonny's had 14, so he's just had less opportunities.
And opportunities is key. The scoring gives you opportunities to win legs, but you have to take them. And Luke Humphries is doing a real good job. At that 80, okay, it's a recency bias because it was the last thing that happened, but it's a real key double 10 for Luke Humphries, and he's got 6 more legs to win. But he knows that there's a lot of darts to be played, and Jonny Clayton, why I think that Luke knows that he's still involved in an absolute, could be an epic battle, is that this is the best spell that Jonny Clayton has really had, and that's after 20 during this 20-leg match. He's now doing it. So yes, it's no more easier to call now than it was at the start.
You're right. Right, the players are back out. Let's head back out to the stage and rejoin John and Rod.
Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Wayne. Well, last night, Jonny Clayton was trailing Ryan Searle 8-7 and ran away with it in the end 16-12. He was trailing 8-7 here against Luke Humphries and threatened to turn it around in that 4th mini session, but in the end he couldn't quite get him back on a level, even keel, and Humphries has the 11-9 advantage. But there's still a long way to go yet. It looks good for Humphries. It is good for Humphries, but it's not done. It's not won until it's done, John, is it?
no, but this is still a very important leg for Jonny, coming out of the break and play, the last break and play. And you got to hold your throw. You don't want to give anything away easily in any dart match, but especially when you're 1 break down in a semifinal of the World Matchplay, and it's getting down into the nitty-gritty bit.
Yeah, Wayne alluded to Clayton's doubling stats, which are very good, 9 for 14, but he's only had 14 attempts. Humphries has had 25 at the double and hit 11. And his scoring has been sufficiently superior to buy him more and more attempts at double. And that is the main cause for concern for Jonny Clayton.
We need some big finishes, right? We're 10 plus outs aren't plus at all. They each have 100 finish.
So they're not plus, they're exactly level hundreds, aren't they? Yeah, you're quite right, John. No finish now for Humphries in the treble 19. Jonny Clayton looking to maintain his dexterity on the doubles, looking for double 18. Yes, straight in, and the gap closes to 1 again.
A nice 13 dart. hold a throw, and exactly what he had to do coming out of the break and play. And let's relegate all those breaks and play to the history books, because they're just going to play to a winner now.
Just our regular reminder. It says first to 17. It is first to 17, but must be won by 2 legs or more. And if it goes to 19 apiece, the next leg will be the end.
That doesn't sound good for somebody.
Well, this could develop into a marathon, John. And as you've mentioned, they've reached all the water stations. There'll be no more of that. No more being cooled down by a wet sponge. You've just got to keep on running right to the end, whenever that may be.
But on the positive side, if you are flowing well, you will not be interrupted. You can maintain a good run easier without thinking about is at the end of a break or something like that. You're just playing now. That's it.
Well, this could go long, could go deep. Luke Humphries has a 20-year start on Jonny Clayton. He's 28, Clayton's 48, but Clayton has played more of these longer games, so he knows how to pace himself in a marathon. He wants 74. It's not good. He might end up with just a poke at the bullseye here.
That might be okay.
And for the second time only in the 23 World Matchplay, Jonny Clayton misses the ball. Humphries wants 45. He wants 32. Double 8 then. And Luke Humphries takes advantage of a very rare misstart at bullseye from the Welshman and strikes and goes 12-10 in front.
Yeah, 22 legs, and the worst we've seen is an 18-yard leg, and that was the third one of them. I mean, that's really, really good stuff. That's the worst you do between 2 players.
That was a Humphries hold. It was a Humphries clinging on hold.
47.
Johnny really bodged that 74, wasn't it? Knows he should have got at least 1 dart at the outer ring. He got 1 at the bullseye.
Yeah, really, you're hoping for any opportunity to get a shot at the outer ring in 15 or less for a break of throw. I mean, that is a gift in a way. Normally, it's the harder way, the 12 dart, where you really produce it, the break of throw. But, yeah, it was a mistake for sure that Johnny didn't get a better opportunity.
Yeah, you might say he made a dog's dinner of that finish.
Way off, but he adjusts well and in. And then down. Good setup play in the end from Johnny there. Can this be the highest outshot? No, he missed the 18. Is this a little bit of the fatigue factor hitting these guys? It was a really low first start from Johnny there.
Could be. Hashtag careless. Double top. Made that look easy, that pop little number from Jonny Clayton. And he closes to within a solitary leg again. World number 7 Clayton, world number 6 Humphries, who incidentally will go to 5th and maybe even 4th at the end of this week.
Well, we've had our longest by far run of holds of throw here. 5 holds of throw.
86.
Yeah, you're right, John. The last break was by Clayton, I think, in the 18th leg. We're now moving into the 24th leg. Clayton wants a break here, my word he does. He wants to level at 12 apiece.
Well, whereas these guys were able to ramp up and take chunks of the match away, now they're just clinging to their legs, trying to hang around in, and Clayton not wanting to lose any more ground, and Humphries not wanting to cede his advantage.
Brilliant dance, an 8th maximum. Cool hand Luke. It's not just a test of darting ability, it's a test of stamina too.
Luke, you require 150.
Good old resilience.
Test of concentration. It's a real examination paper that only the best need apply to sit.
Johnny require 136.
He wants 136 Clay. Loose.
Yeah, you want to make sure you make these two count because you got to keep the pressure on Luke. You don't want Luke relaxed if you're Johnny.
Luke requires 64.
Treble 8 or treble 16. Single 16. Double 16.
32.
It looked like a perfectly constructed finish, but he didn't put the final piece in the jigsaw properly. Clayton will want tops. Bends the wire. Finds the net. Finds the double that makes this match level. 24 legs played. They've won a dozen each. 12 each.
And a very rare 18-dart break of throw. Preposterous, you'd say.
4 breaks apiece and 8 holds apiece equates to 12 legs apiece. What a contest.
I think that ratio of holds to breaks is pretty much meets the standard criteria of what you would expect in any dart match.
Yes, indeed, John. I think it's something like 62% holds, 38% breaks in this tournament. You're talking 66, 33 and a third, aren't you, at the moment? That's pretty much what you'd expect, but we've seen some slides one way then the other. But this is real tough match play darts. And that is precision darts from the Welshman. His 4th maximum, firing it in the 25th leg as he looks to try and regain the lead. And last time he was in the lead, it feels like last night, but it's not quite as long ago as that. It was 4-3 he was in front after 7 legs.
Well, it's looking good, like he's going to make this the last time he was ahead. Just needs a treble 20 and a double 4. Double 2 then. And there it is, a lead. And 4 legs away. Johnny from the line, and Luke now something to think about. The pressure on to hold his throw. He certainly can't afford to use up 18 darts and not hold his throw like he did on his last occasion he had to throw. Has to be much sharper, Luke.
This is, as I said, tough match play darts. This is fatiguing mentally and physically. And if you don't believe it, just stand up for an hour and a half and find out how tired your legs feel.
And don't think that whoever wins this, the way it's going, and if it continues in this manner to a tie break and all that, it will take something out of whoever wins it. Saps your energy for the week.
Yeah,
Nathan Aspinall doesn't mind this at all.
Of course he doesn't. The Asp will be back at his Blackpool accommodation with his feet up. No doubt flat-leg Christobi is waiting on him, bringing him a nice glass of wine and some refreshment while he relaxes ahead of tomorrow's final. While his prospective opponents slug it out deep in the match.
Oh, a disastrous visit.
Can't take his second big fish of the week. We've had 3 this week. Johnny with 1, Rob Cross with 1, Dirk van Dijvenbode with the other, if my memory serves me correctly. Can't finish here, Humphries, but he can leave it handy. But now he's starting to miss. Is fatigue a factor? Who knows? Clayton wants 72 for a significant move. He wants the tops. Oh, Johnny is disgusted with himself.
Yeah, that would have been for the first time a player winning 4 legs on the trot. This, Luke trying to stop it, and he does. That was really important, and we're back at 13 apiece.
13 all. They're like 2 weary boxers. knowing the rounds are running out.
34.
The rounds are running out. We've had 26 legs. It's first to 17. There's going to be at least 4 more. And by my maths, there could yet be another 13.
So we're at least 2/3 of the way then, is what you're saying.
John, you've played long darts matches. How difficult is it at this stage to keep concentration and keep yourself fit and fresh?
Oh, you're locked into that battle up there right now. It's a tie match, and nothing's really let up on either side all the way through, and you will feel the effects of the fatigue in some of the results of your throws, but you will not be conscious of it. You're so focused on just keeping the performance up.
100 left at this moment in time. Now 40 left, so it's a good set-up turn, but he's relying on Clayton missing and not taking out the 70. He's got 2 darts in hand at double 8, and Jonny Clayton cleans up to some tune. With every passing leg, the packed house at the Winter Gardens gets more into this matchup. Clayton 1 up.
Well, prior to Clayton breaking Luke 4 legs ago, there was a run of 5 holds a throw. And since then, there's been a run of 3 hold legs held. The throw has been held. Forget the stamina of the players, right? I think the stamina of the commentators is starting to be affected here.
Yeah, I'm just going to have a lie down and a rub down with a wet copy of the World Matchplay programme, John. You carry on. Right, he wants tops, Luke Humphries. Run on the top wire and adjusts perfectly, and he levels up once more at 14 apiece by holding throw. Holding throw for the 10th time in point of fact.
Yeah, 4 hold of throws on the trot, and that 9 of the last 10 legs have been holds of throw. So if you're wanting a tie break, what's been going on is leading down that road.
Yeah. Well, it's beginning to have a little bit of the feel of the 2018 World Matchplay final, you may remember, between Gary Ansett and Mensur Suljovic. That was meant to be first to 18, but in the end, the Flying Scotsman had to go to the 40th leg before outlasting the Austrian by 21 legs to 19. Starting to feel a bit like that. Extra time is starting to beckon here as well. 14 each.
When you do that, you know you've earned it. Well done, Gary.
Yeah, 14 inch in a nominal race to 17. I say nominal because it looks like it will go longer at this point, but who knows?
Of course, I mean, all this discussion is really emphasizing the fact of how big a break and throw would be at this point.
Absolutely, John. Doesn't look like coming here, though, does it? 56 separating Jonny Clayton from the lead once more. Double top on offer and taken. And the Welshman edges in front again, 15-14. And as John alluded to, that pattern has been in play for a few legs now. Clayton edging in front, Humphries levelling.
Yeah, 5 legs on the trot again, equaling the longest run of holds of throw in the match, which was before the last break and throw we had.
In the 2019 semi, Rob Cross was on toast against Daryl Gurney, but he came back to win 17-15. That was a real marathon. Well, this has been a different type of game. That when Daryl Gurney looked like he had it wrapped up and got reeled in, this one has been nothing like that. It really has been a scrap from the get-go. The gap between the two players has never been more than 2 or 3 legs.
Yeah, this is, forget about toe to hockey. This has been toe to toe.
57.
darts all right.
70. Luke, you require 170. 44.
Well, this is the point where both players are really running on fumes now.
Oh, tremendous! To leave the 100, he's already taken out. They both have.
But hang on, John. Let's wait to see what Luke Humphries can do here. Can't find the treble either turn. And that treble 19 was looking for one to leave the bullseye. Now he's taken this out before the match, Jonny Clayton. Can he do it again? Oh, he can. Oh, can he on double 10? My word. Jonny Clayton got the opportunity and flipped his lines.
Yeah, but that's looking like he was a little bit affected. Oh, fantastic double 5, because he was showing the fraying of the nerves there a bit, and when you're feeling that way, that double 5 is not simple.
Well, Jonny Clayton had 2 darts to break, and Luke Humphries' last dart in hand saved the lead, and now he hits the maximum, his 10th of the match. Well, if you take that a 9-dart leg when you're so tired you can barely stand up, it would have been a miracle.
Well, forget that now, Rod.
I forgot that.
He's in a position to break throw, perhaps, and then have the throw for the match. Needs a good visit here. Just 100. Just 100. All he can do is equal Johnny's lead of 161. Believe me, Johnny will feel the pressure of this, though, when he is.
Well, in the end, that's probably a decent visit. Humphries can only match it. But utilises the outer ball to lead the 2-dart combination. 61 left, 36 left, double 18. Jonny Clayton this time is back on point on the doubles, and he's back in the lead at 16-15. And we've now reached the point, John, where Luke Humphries is at the point of no return. He has to hold his throw or he's out of the match play.
Truly a must-win leg for Luke Humphries.
It's a position no dartist wants to be in.
And with all that said, 140, what a great open. Johnny's not going to let him just walk away with it, though, is he? He's got a final to get to.
He's 366 points away from the World Matchplay final. Only, though, in the end, after the first dart, he'd have hoped for more.
Johnny wouldn't have minded 96, but can't do it now. 6 darts for Luke to keep this match rolling along.
Favourite to level, but no guarantees when you're in this situation, having to hold to stay in it. Clayton's left a 2-dart combination. Humphries with a 3-darter, and he needs it badly.
And again,
big number.
Twice he's done that on that number in this match.
And this time it could spell the end, because Jonny Clayton, all things being equal, will get a match start. It'll be 1 dart only at double top. Go!